Attention Cloud9 shoppers, this is the Superstory Podcast, a Superstore fan podcast with Matthew Haas and Michael E. Cullen II. Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the Superstory Podcast. Sorry. Anyways, my name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is
Matthew Haas.
Matthew Haas. How are you doing, Matthew?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
That is good. That is gut.
Yeah, it's good.
Gut. That is gymnast. It's good. It's
Guten
good.
Tag.
Guten
Good
Tag.
day.
Guten day. Wait.
Wait, what?
I'm speaking two languages. Okay. So, do you want to just jump into the orientation here for this wonderful episode we watched of the Superstore TV show?
Attention Cloud9 Associates, it is now time for orientation.
Okay, so, Matthew,
Yes.
what happened in this episode?
Well, quite a few things happened, Mr. Person with a new accent all of a sudden. I'm not sure who this person is, but I like it.
You do?
Kind of.
Okay. My name is George.
George.
Yes.
Cool.
Just George.
George of the Jungle?
No,
No.
just George.
Okay.
I'm like Madonna. I have one name.
Just one name?
Mm-hmm.
One name only.
Yes.
Cool. One and done.
But I don't do music.
No.
But once upon a time, I was like a virgin.
Oh, okay. That's cool. This episode's called Lost and Found.
Yes.
And
and it aired January 5th of 2017.
cool.
It was directed by Jay Chanda. How do you pronounce that? The director there. He's the guy from Broken Lizard.
J. Chandra Sekhar, I think? Probably,
Something like
probably Chandra
yeah.
Sekhar.
I can never remember how to pronounce his name, but he's one of the members of Broken Lizard, actually.
I'm not sure what that is.
Broken Lizard. They did Super Troopers and
Oh, okay.
and Beer Fest and
Oh, okay,
and-
that dude. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Beer Fest.
Yeah, he actually plays himself, and if I probably just would watch the episode again, I would know how to say his name. But he plays himself. He plays a fictional version of himself in an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine that came out last season, I think.
Cool.
So yeah. Anyways, yes, it was written by Sierra Teller O'Malley. I don't know.
Okay.
I suck at pronouncing names, by the way, folks. My name is Mike
Cullen?
Yeah, that's it.
There you
That's
go.
it. I think so. I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
Have to ask yourself?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good to know we got that. Ask yourself.
But Jay is a good director. Anyways, he's directed a lot of things. He directs most of the Broken Lizard movies, and he also has directed episodes of The Office and Brooklyn Nine-Nine and other things I've seen over the years. Anyways, what happened in this episode, Matthew?
Well, quite a few things happened. It starts with the Lost and Found box. Everyone gets a turn to, close their eyes and just grab something from the box. Sandra, of course, always gets something stupid, because she's like the sad sack of the show. So she gets someone's old pair of dentures. Amy gets a really cool jacket, but Mateo makes her feel guilty about it by saying like, "Oh, you look like a man wearing a man's jacket." You're going to hear that all the time now, but it's just him, the only one that's saying it. So then he trades his like really dank pair of cargo shorts that he found for the jacket. But lo and behold, folks, this is no ordinary pair of cargo shorts. There's lots of cool stuff in this pair of shorts. There's a little bit of a marijuana cigarette, or a joint as the kids call them these days, or they have called them for a good 50 years or so. There's a brochure for various escorts in the area. Dip.
One of them is gymnast.
Yes, right. What was her name?
I don't remember.
Veronica is gymnast. Yeah. Tobacco dip, for that really disgusting habit of dipping.
Some
skull, and a huge wad of cash.
Yes, like almost $1,000 worth.
That Jonah finds, gives to Amy. And most of the episode revolves around Jonah trying to convince Amy that she should just spend the money on herself, not, what, her sister might need or her mom might need or whatever, but she, can't because she's such a people pleaser, I guess. Which, that was kind of a shock to me because I didn't really see that development of her personality that much in the series so far, so I don't know.
I always thought she kind of cared more about other people. It seemed like it. I mean,
as a manager, sure.
Well, yeah, but also, the fact is she's staying in a relationship she shouldn't be in too, and eventually, but it's just, that's just, I think that's kind of a selfless sort of action.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but also, one thing we got to point out too is that towards the beginning of the episode, they're having a meeting in the break room, and they're reading about people with a seasonal affective disorder or whatever it is. Is it disorder?
I think it's seasonal affective. Yeah, disorder, disease, not disease. I don't think disease is right. Disorder, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever it is, but
no, deficiency. I don't know.
I don't know. It's
sad.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's just a constant feeling of sad. That's why the acronym is SAD.
No, it's not.
It has to be. It can't be a coincidence. It's way too.
Oh, I thought you meant that's where the word sad came from.
No, that's not where it came from. No. No, acronyms do not actually make up definitions of words.
Sometimes they might.
Really? I don't know.
Well, scuba.
What does scuba stand for?
It's like, oh my God, it means something though. The word scuba has become
like
the
what,
word
sea.
It's
underwater maybe for the U.
Yes.
Breathable apparatus. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what the last part is.
So the C would be something then. I'm gonna guess what C, and then I'm not sure what the letter C would be. U would be underwater.
Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
Okay,
there
that was sort of right.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go.
Well, I guess sometimes an acronym becomes the word itself.
Yeah.
Occasionally. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who wants to, say that whole sentence every time, instead of just saying scuba.
I'm going self-contained underwater breathing apparatus diving.
Right.
Wait.
Yeah, it seems kind of.
But it did. It kind of became the word of, and scuba even became like both a noun and a verb and stuff, and it's just different. It's like scuba gear, scuba. It's just different thing. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, but anyways, the sad part, Glenn gets worried about everybody being depressed, and so he talks to Tate about employees being on antidepressants, and Tate's like, you can't tell him. And then what does he say? It was like,
we can't tell him, but he says, yeah, 14 women and 7 men. I won't tell you to even saying that is too much.
Like, I won't tell you who, but mostly the Uggos.
Yeah, it's like, that's kind of hard to narrow down. Even what he said is too much.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't point out the number of people. Yeah,
no.
Tate is very morally neutral, I guess is the word. Maybe he's not very
I don't know if he's neutral. He might even be.
Even like
he has no morals.
He kind of he tries to cheer up everyone. Not Tate, Glenn.
Yeah.
Throughout the episode, so
that's a running gag there. It's pretty funny
with Dina. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Dina makes him depressed.
Poor Glenn.
I know.
So yeah, and then, what else happens in the episode then? What happens with the money?
But the money, Jonah convinces Amy to buys something for herself, and like mainly like a spa treatment day, and he's showing her the brochure of what she can get for $900, and then Amy says, "Oh well, I already gave Cheyenne $80 for diapers, so I have $820 is still a lot of money." But then Cheyenne tells everyone in the break room that Amy found all this money, and they just assume that it's a collective thing, and they're already trying to decide what they want to do with the money she found. And Amy, being again like the caretaker type of personality, she doesn't want to break their little hearts or whatever, so she's just getting whatever they want to get, and told Jonah that that what makes her happy is other people being happy. So then Jonah starts just pulling stupid stuff off the shelves to buy, like a what was it, a lava lamp, like a psychedelic
lava lamp, and then a framed picture of Ronald Reagan.
And then just a bunch of other stuff like, do we sell above ground pools here or something like that? And so basically what happens is they really trick out the break room, and just really trick out sick. Oh man,
it's so
2008, man. Like,
it's sick, man. So tight.
Yeah, so tight. Really tight break room. Mateo's like drilling holes into the wall for coat racks, and they've got all this cool like ambient light to just for a really relaxing type of atmosphere. They got like these really cool like massage chairs, and Tate is sitting in one of them, and he's signed himself for the whole day. He just wrote down his name on like the 15 different slots, and then Amy, that's like finally where Amy just loses it. 'Cause it seems like everyone, like Tate is just one of these people where no one is afraid to like lose it on, basically. So she tells him, get off the chair, whatever, threatens him, and he's like, "Oh, threatening a pharmacist, that's a felony, probably." Like, he doesn't know. So she finally gets to sit down in her chair, which, is not even really what she wanted to buy. And then, but, lo and behold, Sandra shows up doing, her do-gooder self, really.
Yeah.
Go-dooder. Wow.
Her go-dooder.
Her go-dooder self, saying, "Oh, I found the guy who lost the money," because she's got this, this, I forgot what it's called, but she basically has like a perfect memory.
Yeah, it's like, something about like semi-autobiographical memory or something like that, where she can remember everything. It's the same thing that Mary Lou Henner has in real life.
Right, and she even mentions that in the
one episode.
Because earlier, see, she kind of set it up. I didn't really notice it, but because she's they had a receipt of the person stuff that they bought at the store, and one of it was Arizona iced tea, and Sandra said, "Is that raspberry or regular?" And then Mateo was like, "How does that matter, Sandra?" And she's like, it doesn't, all sheepishly. But then it turned out that she remembered that she sold that guy like a raspberry Arizona iced tea, and then she remembered his face or whatever, who knew who it was, and then brought the guy over to collect his shorts and his money. And it turned out that the guy was actually, he worked for like at-risk teens. So, that stuff really wasn't his. Like, the joint wasn't his. The escort pamphlet wasn't his. That was stuff that he had been confiscating from the kids he was working with. But the dip was his, though. So that was his one vice, I guess, or whatever. So they, he's like, "You guys got a great break room." And they're like, "Yeah, we did. we sure did." And they, sell all the stuff to basically get his money back. And that's all I remember. There must be probably other stuff going on throughout the show.
But that was pretty much the gist of it. Do you want to take a break now, Matt? We'll go to a word from our sponsors.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back with some fun topics.
Cool.
Hey folks, this is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
Matthew Haas.
We just wanted to tell you about our great podcast called Super. It's called All Too Real. And on that show, what do we do, Matt?
We watch biopics, and then we talk about whether or not the movie matched up with the real story or not.
So
it's a lot more exciting than that, though.
Yeah. So we We analyze the real story and the real story.
Get it?
Get it? You know?
Real.
Yeah, they're spelled differently,
Yeah.
folks. You can guess which one I said which way.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. But we talk about great movies like Shattered Glass and The Social Network and Futile and Stupid Gesture, among others. Those are some of the ones that we've covered so far, and we're going to cover a lot more. So please subscribe on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your great, fun podcasts. And be sure to share it with your friends.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
And make sure you're not afraid to get all too real. Bye-bye.
And we be back. Wait, that's not right. That's not good. That's not good grammars.
Well,
Not good grammars.
I think it depends, I guess. I don't know.
I not talk white.
No. You sound like that guy from The Big Bang Theory. I forgot which character. He talks like that. His R's are W's.
Oh.
I mean, I don't really watch the show.
I don't know. I wouldn't know because I've only seen the first season or something of that show, and then I got sick of it.
Yeah.
It goes like, oh, they're nerds and people are making fun of it, and it's like, oh, we'll just mention Thundercats and Transformers and Star Trek and shit, and people will laugh because we're talking about nerdy stuff.
Right. We'll just name drop things,
Yeah.
and then that's the joke by itself.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yep. Great comedy there.
Making millions.
It's okay. It's off the air now.
But if you would like to sponsor our podcast, Chuck Lorre,
Yeah. Or be a guest.
yeah,
Yeah. I would love to talk to you about the fact that you wrote the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song.
yes, which is still one of the catchiest theme songs, really, in the history
Ever.
of
Yes.
theme songs. Really, that's so simple. Dun, 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 dun. It's got that weird melody to it.
Yeah, I don't know if you wrote the music or just the lyrics, but still, either
the
way.
lyrics. That's right.
Yeah,
The lyrics.
But either
sorry.
way, speaking of people that wrote weird things, he didn't write the jingle, but he wrote the phrase. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Boy, he did.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
but
sorry.
you know who wrote that?
No,
It's the weirdest thing. James Patterson.
really,
The novelist.
wow.
I found that out the other day. I was listening to something and I found out that James Patterson wrote.
This guy is like he's multifaceted.
I know.
Man. Like that's. See, you don't have to just be one thing in life.
No.
You can do all kinds of stuff.
And he was like an advertising copywriter at one time, and then he wrote that phrase, and then some woman wrote the jingle afterwards. But
That's awesome.
so do you want to jump into today's special here, Matt?
Yeah, sure.
Attention Cloud9 shoppers, today's special is...
Okay, so what was your favorite scene in the episode, and why?
It's when Glenn is trying to cheer Dina up,
Yeah.
and he's got this sock puppet monkey. It's a monkey, and he's saying something I don't know about banana, and then she just drops all of these facts about monkeys on him, like, most monkeys will never even see a banana in their life, and their lives are short, violent, and horrifying.
Yeah.
And you just see like the monkey's mouth like just drooping like out of like sadness.
That was fun.
And then she just walks away, and then it's like, Dina, are you there?
That was funny.
I don't know, just
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I liked, I think actually one of my favorite scenes was the end where, because it's not funny, but it was just, I really liked the scene at the end where Amy's going through these troubles in her life and Glenn's just there for her. And it's really a sweet little scene at the end of the show. But it is kind of funny because he's got this one-man band sort of thing on him. So he was wearing to cheer up people. So that was kind of funny.
Oh yeah, because he like realized, that, not everyone always wants to feel cheered up, but sometimes they just want to be sad for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then that's, and that's what Amy, needed, not to really be distracted, from, what she was feeling. Yeah, that was a, sweet moment. But of course, like you said, like, it being Superstore, it's always got to be accompanied with some kind of
some
gag
kind of
or
humor.
whatever.
Yeah, but it was still funny. And sweet. Do you want to jump into our employee of the week now, Matt?
Sure.
Attention Cloud9 Associates, our employee of the week is...
Okay, so who was your favorite character and why?
Oh, excuse me. Glenn,
Yeah.
because of all the things he was trying to do to cheer people up. I mean, he was doing stuff throughout the whole episode. He was asking Cheyenne what her favorite animal was, and it was like I forgot what she said, giraffe or something. Because he was going to try to make balloon animals. And
Yeah.
he didn't know how to make it. And he's like, I can make a dog. And she's like, okay, a dog. He's like, no, you said, I forgot the animal she said. Peacock.
Yeah.
Then he ends up accidentally snapping the balloon and hits her in the eye. She starts crying. And then, he was doing that to a bunch of people, though. I mean, he was just trying to do different things to cheer people up because of the letter that he received from Cloud9 about seasonal affective disorder, which also was really just them saying that they're not responsible for employees committing suicide. That was the only reason why they sent it. They're like, well, they did send a letter.
Yeah. I think my favorite character was probably Garrett. This week I'll just go with him. Because this is actually a plot point I don't think we brought up too much about, was the fact that he had slept with Dina in the previous episode, and there was this awkwardness between the two of them. And I really like the scene that he had where he's going off on Dina about, because she keeps saying how he's being weird, and he's not really being weird, but she just keeps reading everything as weird, and then he just freaks out and goes off on the customers and Dina and everything, and he's like I need to calm down. I'm gonna, if you're looking for me, I'll be in my truck listening to yacht rock and eating 2 Take 5s. Just the randomness of the yacht rock and 2 Take 5s.
Yeah.
To calm myself down.
I love that.
Yeah.
The guy with the turtleneck too.
Yeah. The guy walks by and looks at him when he's yelling, and he's like, "You got a problem, turtleneck?" or something like that. I don't know, whatever it was. That was funny.
He's like, "Can I help you?
Can I help you, turtleneck?" Yeah. Oh, good times, good times. All right. Do you want to take another break here, Matt?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll take a break, and then we'll be right back with our close of the episode.
You won't find a better quantum physicist than Dr. Gra Horatio.
How do you do? I am Dr. Gra Horatio, a scientist.
However, like many of us, he's useless without a good cup of coffee.
Thanks to coffee, I can accomplish more in a week than a regular scientist can in a month, with just as many psychotic breakdowns. It's quite economical in the long run.
You can hear Dr. Horatio and his exciting adventures in the upcoming radio comedy, Magus Elgar.
Visit MagusElgar.com to download your copy today.
Hi, everybody. This is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast you're listening to right now. With me, as always, is
Matthew Haas.
Yeah, and we're here to tell you about our really cool other podcast called All Too Real 2. And what do we do on that show, Matt?
We watched the greatest direct-to-video sequels of all time, and then we report on them.
And we also talk about other pop culture cool things like video games and conspiracy theories and other awesome things. So if any of that sounds fun to you and you enjoy hearing my voice and Matt's voice,
as you should.
I mean, of course. Tune in anywhere you get podcasts to All Too Real 2. Bye-bye.
And we are back. Let's jump into closing here, Matt.
Closing time. I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but closing time.
There are no more of the lyrics.
That's it?
They just keep saying that over and over again. Yeah. It's kind of a bad song then. Oh wait, no, it's not.
No, it's a great song.
It's a great song,
Love
actually.
that song.
I do too. Anyways, I love Sonic. If you'd like to be on our show, please let us know. It's Mike at CullenPark.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I heard an interview with him once.
With the lead singer?
An NPR. It was a really good interview.
Cool.
Yeah.
Attention Cloud9 shoppers. The store will be closing soon.
So, what's going on in your life, Matt? Anything you need to talk about here, or anything about the episode, or anything that Any last thoughts?
Just the episode is really good episode. Good character development. Little Caesar's Pizza is very good.
Yes, hot and ready.
I love the hot and ready pizzas from Little Caesars.
And if you'd like to sponsor us, Little Caesars, that's Mike at CullenPark.com. I will take care of all that. Yes.
Not much else going on. Life, just doing our podcast, trying to get into comic books a little bit more, do some research on that, trying to learn a little bit about the DC world and the Marvel worlds, DC worlds rather, and the multiverse.
As we record this, there's some crazy stuff going on with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and hopefully, maybe by the time this airs, it'll be settled and figured out. But if
better
not,
be, because it's going to ruin everything if they don't.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure Marvel could, they've joked about making a new character called Night Monkey. I'm not sure if they themselves did that.
I think it was somebody else joking.
But anyway, they could just take the actor and just.
Well, no,
because everyone else would.
He's under contract to Sony right now.
Oh,
so
shit.
Yeah,
right.
He's got like a 2 or 3 picture deal with that. You remember talking about Tom Holland and Spider-Man is now no longer part of the MCU, but they're going to continue the storyline of his character. But then what's going to happen? It's going to be really weird. Like, I don't understand how that's going to happen, where he is able to continue on, but he's not going to be able to mention basically, Captain Marvel or Iron Man or Thor or anybody that he's interacted with in, Nick Fury or Maria Hill or anybody that he's ever met, or Happy Hogan even.
So it's like, it's so stupid. And I don't know, but like I read an article though saying that Stanley's daughter actually said that she's almost taking Sony's side a little. Well, maybe not taking Sony's side.
Yeah, but
that Marvel did not treat.
She's got a sketchy history, so I wouldn't even.
I didn't know.
Look into that. No, she supposedly tried to bilk her dad out of a bunch of money and stuff too. Anyway, so I'm not really. Allegedly,
right.
I don't want to get sued.
Right.
But I'm just saying, you never know. I mean, there's a lot of BS back and forth there. My thing about it is I just hope they figure it out, and it's not just to be selfish. And I know there's other things to worry about in the world. I mean, there's rainforests burning, and there's people dying of hunger, and there's global warming, and there's kids in cages and stuff. But
yeah, but you need.
But for entertainment purposes, I would really like to have a cohesive world of Marvel movies. It would just make more sense.
Well, you have 22 movies now building up to all of this.
Yeah.
And you can't just throw it all away.
Because it'll be like, it'll just be weird. I mean, I know he didn't really interact with a whole lot of people besides like Tony, but.
Not Tony Generous.
No. And no. And not Tony Soprano. And, but no, he just interacted with that, but Happy especially is now like interested in his aunt and different things that they're trying to imply in the new movie and stuff, and it's just different. I mean, it's like, and Happy Hogan was a really big part of Far From Home, so it's just a really weird thing. I don't know. But another cool pop culture news though that I heard this week, Netflix is now going to be producing a continuation of the 1980s He-Man and the Masters of the Universe series. And the really cool thing about it is the showrunner and head writer is Kevin Smith. But he's respecting the property really well. So there's going to be a Masters of the Universe series that'll be a continuation of the 80s series and show you all the stuff that you wanted to see back then and stuff. And I grew up on that show, so I'm really kind of psyched about that.
That's cool. I was a little bit too young. I didn't really
Yeah, no, it was a little bit. I was like right at the perfect age.
Because my brother, he watched it and stuff, but I kind of like, I just watched it with him. I didn't really know what I was watching, type of thing. I do remember though, I came home from surgery when I was like 5 or 6, and then and he was watching He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I just laid on the couch and I watched He-Man until I fell asleep or whatever.
Isn't that funny? Like when you're sick or something, or recovering or doing something, you always remember what you were watching when you did that.
Yeah, it's
sometimes.
weird. It's very
Like-
strange.
Like I still remember I got hit in the face with a steel baseball bat
Ooh.
once. We were playing t-ball in the backyard, and was it t-ball? I don't know what it was, but I was, or we were just playing baseball or something. I don't know, but it was after a Boy Scout meeting, and I was like, because you wouldn't need a
steel
catcher.
bat for
No, but you wouldn't need a catcher either.
No.
So I was the catcher, so it must not have been t-ball. It was like regular, baseball or something like that. But anyways, I was too close to the batter.
Oh, okay.
And he came swinging back
Oh.
and hit me right in the face. I couldn't see out of my one eye for a little while, and it was all swollen and everything. And I just remember coming home from the hospital afterwards and watching Highway to Heaven.
Wow.
That's all I remember. So anytime I see Michael Landon, I'm like, my face hurts. Anyways,
About what you were saying, though, about, like, there's other stuff going on, like rainforest being intentionally burned to the ground. Again, intentionally being burned to the ground by the Brazilian government, far right-wing government. It's not an accident. It's not because it's hot out or whatever. But again, take it from me as like a cautionary tale. There's about a period of like 10 to like 12 years of my life where all I cared about was politics. That's it. I didn't do anything. I didn't read any books that were not about politics or about like the history of, some movement or whatever type of thing. I didn't read comic books. I didn't watch any shows, about that. I didn't really watch any of the, Marvel movies at that time. That was a pretty miserable time of my life because, for the most part,
you gotta have some distractions.
there was good times, I'm not saying, that whole era was just nothing but, I
mean, you can't spend your whole life worrying about the world and everything negative going on, where you need to have some kind of escape once in a while, whether it be a comic book movie or a Netflix TV show or something, just something that you can escape into.
And plus, too, those shows now, they bring in real world stuff into the plots of those. Like, for example, the episode, I don't want to give anything away, but a character called Grodd, he's a telepathic gorilla.
On The Flash.
Who's a really super intelligent being. He's actually more intelligent than most humans. And at one point, he's trying to kill a future world leader. I won't say who it is. And he says, make America Grodd again. Or make the world Grodd again, or something like that. But obviously, it's a play on.
Or if you watch the latest season that was just on of Supergirl, there's a lot of immigration allegories in there. So it's kind of cool. Like when you can, I like the idea of like science fiction, especially where you can tell a topic and a story through the lens of science fiction, and people sometimes don't even realize you're doing it. And then you're like, hey, you really liked that episode of Star Trek, didn't you? Why are you still a racist? You
right, exactly.
That sort of thing.
Like, well, yeah, because wasn't that there an episode where people had multicolored faces?
Yeah, it was one side was white and one side was black.
But the other group had it on a reverse side.
Like the black was on the left and the other one, the black was on the right.
And that was enough for them to war with each other. Like, weird.
Anyways,
obvious.
Anyways, besides that, I think, one good thing that people can do in the world is go to one of the, podcast platforms such as, Apple or Stitcher or something like that, and make sure you subscribe to our show.
And give us 5 stars.
Give us a 5-star review or thumbs up or whatever the hell they have on those things.
That will help the world.
That'll help my world somehow. No, but if you want to help out the show and get us singing, or not seen but heard or whatever by more people, make sure you do that. And I don't know. Besides that, Matt's a cool guy. That's all I have to say.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. And I guess we're gonna have to say that the store is now
closed. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You can say it.
Closed. Why am I singing it so high?
The store is now closed. Bye-bye.
This is the Super Story Podcast, a Superstore fan podcast.
A Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.